Hello, I'm Pete Starkey with iConnect 007 here at Productronica and in front of the exhibit of DIS, and delighted to meet once more an old friend, Tony Faraci. Tony, great to see you again.
Oh, thanks you. Thanks for stopping in and introducing our new machines that we have now in the field for flex and rigid flex.
Tony, we've spoken many times in the past about registration systems and the benefits of your particular technology, but now you have the new feature which will enable registration of flex rigid multilayers.
Yes, exactly. So the equipment that we've sold up until now has really been built for rigid boards. It's not really conducive to flex boards, only because of our handling systems and so on. So what we've done, and again, that product line is off and running, and we're having great success in a lot of companies. So what we've done is we've taken that product line, the assemblies basically in the machine, and kind of reconfigured them in this unit so we can process rigid and rigid flex boards. So in this particular unit, we can actually do both types of products.
What were the particular challenges you had to overcome in the handling of the flex layers?
Well, the number one and really the biggest one was the pre-preg, because the pre-preg has cutouts, and the way our machines have been configured, in order to automatically load pre-preg that has cutouts, you couldn't put it into the machine with any kind of a decent mechanism. So what we've done is on this system, we've made the work area open. We raised our cameras. Our cameras still, once they move to a certain position, they stay fixed, so we don't move our cameras. The only thing we move out of the way is the positioning table, and that allowed the operator to take the pre-preg and put it onto the work surface. So that was the number one thing. That also allows us, this design and the software, to look at holes in pre-preg. So we can actually take the pre-preg and align the pre-preg. And as you know, for flex or rigid flex, you need to have some alignment of the pre-preg. So the machine and the way the software is set up, we can align a core, then align a pre-preg, also align the second pre-preg, because there's usually two pre-pregs, and determine which is which to make sure that they also do that in the correct order, because at the end the machine is an alignment machine, a layup machine, right? So those are the main things that we've done.
How do you determine the position of the pre-cut pre-preg?
Well, what we do is when we ask the customer, when they cut the pre-preg, for example, if there's two sheets of pre-preg, they'll have one that's cut oversized and the bottom one, right? So when they do that, they also cut in two holes or route two target holes. And we just make sure that they're different sizes on one sheet of pre-preg to the next. Yeah. So now when the operator does the layup, the machine will know if they're placing the correct piece of pre-preg in the correct order. And we also have, since we probably last spoke, we have a barcode reader. So on the inner layer, they can image a 2D barcode, and the machine can actually check the inner layer and make sure that it's the correct inner layer for the correct job, and then make sure that it aligns it. So it'll do that, and of course there's a sequence built into the software where it's just like the build sheet on a Traveler, where it tells them, you have to put in this layer, this pre-preg, this layer, this pre-preg. Other things that we've done on the machine is, because the work surface is open, this allows an operator to put in filler pieces. So, a lot of times they'll have little filler Teflon pieces they put in. So that gives them the ability, if you notice it's open, to work and put in the filler pieces. And we've also added some other little features. We added a camera that they can go in and basically inspect and see if the filler piece is in the right way, instead of going in with a loop and looking in. So we've try to make it easy for them, because at the end it's really a layup station, the machine, for flex, and you can run rigid or rigid flex on this unit. Okay.
No, I think that's amazing. Having spent many hours hand aligning and eyeball aligning flex layers, rigid layers, pre-preg cutout layers, filler pieces, and whatever, to see the operation automated is quite exciting for me.
We're getting there little by little. So this is our first pass of the unit. We're just introducing it now. This is going to a shop in the U.S., and we have another one already coming right behind this. We've already done some trials, and we've seen, some things that we've needed to change, and that's how we've started to develop the software. The next thing we're going to be looking at is looking at different styles of pre-pregs, and of course to make sure that we can align them and position them correctly. So we're getting there. We're putting more and more effort into that. We just got to develop it more. Then we also have another product that we didn't show here, is for internal welding. Yeah, so because this machine, once it aligns the layers, it'll tack bond at 4 points, and that holds your registration. Then the panel can come out of here and go to another unit that we have that'll take your Gerber data and decide where you want to go put bonding points on the inside of the panel. So that one will take, and it has 8 bonding heads, and it goes into the different points inside the panel and automatically tack bonds those layers. This way you have the panel tack bonded on the outside with the vision system on this machine, and then if you need the internal tack bonding, the other unit will do that as well. So we try to make a product line, that helps the customer from alignment all the way into lamination. So.
Well, Tony, having walked past the exhibit a couple of times, there has been, I know we've probably kept people out of the way just while we have a chat about it, but there's always been a crowd around it. It's clearly attracting an awful lot of interest.
Yes, because there's really nothing for rigid flex that's an automated type of a system. There's nothing out there. It's all hand align, eye align, and it took us a while also to decide how to configure the machine. So we spent a lot of time, myself and my engineers, going to different shops, seeing how they operate and how we can make a system that'll work, try to work for as many customers as possible. So we've had pretty good reception because there's really nothing out there that optically aligns rigid flex boards. Actually, there isn't anything out there. We're the only ones. So I'm glad to be with the first ones with it.
Well, Tony, thanks for introducing us to that system. It's been very interesting, and we wish you every success.
All right, thank you very much. Hope to see you again at the next show. Huh?
Thank you, Tony.
All right.
Pete Starkey with iConnect 007 Productronica. Thank you.